to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Razabani IFL TV proudly sponsored by Everlast. Just seen the weigh-in with me, Ben Shalom. Ben, nearly fight night.
Yeah, nearly there. Adam Azim, Santos Reyes, toughest test today. Really is. 12-0 guy, durable, much more experienced than Adam. And an experienced guy in the sense that he's come in here believing he's going to win, and that's what we wanted. That's what we demanded. It's been a lot made of. We sent offers to 5 of the top 10, and for Adam to be fighting someone like Santos, as much as people won't know a lot about him, in his 7th fight, to be taking a fight like this shows the trajectory that he's on and where he's going to get to.
A couple of interesting fights. Anis Taj is very confident against Vidal Riley. Brad Pauls is very confident against Tyler Deeney, and you've got Anthony Sims Jr. He's very confident as well. Some really good 50-50.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to Saturday so much. I think for boxing fans, you're getting to see Adam Azim and Caroline Dubois. I believe will be 2 of the top 5 British names in 12 months' time. Those 2 are on a trajectory like no one else coming through. It's ridiculous the way that they're progressing. I really believe one in 18 months, 2 years' time, we'll look back and go, can you remember when Adam and Caroline were on the same card in their 5th and 7th fight? They're 2 absolute superstars in the making. And then, as you said, Anis Taj has stuck it on Vidal. Vidal, we have high hopes for, but this is a tough fight for him. Anis is going to come right at him, and it's been interesting to see their back and forth all week. Tyler Denny, who's becoming a bit of a fan favourite, who just you get the impression he loves these domestic fights where he can outwork his opponent. He's stronger. He's obviously got great fundamentals, but he's having like a resurgence in his career. And Brad Paul, 16-0, is the next one on the list. He's had River Wilson bent. Brad Ray came through. I think that's going to be a great fight. And I think when I see Anthony Sims Jr. and I see him over here, and I see the way the crowd within here was unbelievable today, but the way Sims Jr. just embraces it, I'm so glad we got him over here. I think he can be a star. But Zach Chelly as well is here to make a massive statement. Lerone Richards, he sort of brushed off what happened there, and then he jumps in straight in with Anthony Sims Jr. It's credit to Chelly. He will take any single fight, and really looking forward to Saturday night. It's a big night at Wembley. Anyone that wants to come and see, for me, the biggest future star of our sport, Adam Azim, in his 7th pro fight, come down.
Just moving away from Saturday night, there's a couple other things. Any updates on Chris Eubank Jr.? That clock is ticking out. I'm sure we're in the last week or so. Yeah,
I'm seeing Calla tonight. I do expect that fight to happen. I think there's a lot of reasons there's a lot of things Chris has that he wants to change. I do expect it to happen. I'll be seeing Calla tonight, but we'll see.
In terms of Liam Smith's option, I know you've spoken about Golovkin, but the WBA have now told Golovkin, you now need to fight Lara. So does that push Golovkin out for now?
I don't think it does. The problem with us is we can't make our official offers. We've had conversations with different fighters. We can't make any official offers or try and tie anything up until we know what the Eubank situation was. And my feeling was that fight will happen. But Liam Smith has all the options, all the cards. He'll be fighting in a massive fight next. But we'll know. I'm seeing Calla tonight, and we'll know very soon.
If it's not Eubank, is it still Anfield, or does it have to be Eubank, then you get Anfield?
No. I think the Anfield situation has been made difficult by the construction on the ground, not whether it's Liam Smith fighting whoever. Liam Smith, we saw at Manchester Arena, that was 90% Liverpool fans. I think he's got such a crowd now, such a fan base, especially after that win. He can fight whoever he wants, and I expect him to do huge numbers.
Rumours about Josh Taylor fighting Teofimo Lopez. I saw Jack Catterall's Instagram story, and he put an emoji of a duck. It's not really a duck though, is it?
Why isn't it?
I mean, Jack's fighting somebody. Surely Josh wants to fight somebody before he fights Jack.
Jack's waiting for Josh to tell him when he's fit. Jack is looking at maybe having a tick over while he waits, because I think we've been told Josh won't be ready for March, won't be ready for April, won't be ready for May. So we're just trying to keep Jack ticking over and ready for when Josh tells us he's fit. Obviously, we have a contract for the fight. It was due to be on March the 4th, and we're just waiting for the rescheduled date. So I've seen it this morning. I'll go and see what's going on. But in Jack's head, he's waiting for the fight date from Josh Taylor. So that's what he's waiting on, and we'll see what happens.
So if Josh Taylor does go ahead and fight Teofimo Lopez, is it officially a duck? Is he ducking Jack Catterall?
I don't know. I genuinely can't comment on it because I only saw it when you said. But we're expecting that fight to happen next. So I think Jack's waiting on that, and has signed his side, and that was all signed and all announced. So yeah, we'll find out. I know. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Dimitri Salita, someone you know very well that you work with, did an interview yesterday, I believe it was on Boxing King Media, and he talked about a potential Shields and Sheilds-Jonas fight. Could you comment or tell us? He said you're in conversation, that's what he said.
We're in conversations with Clarissa's next fight. It's going to be a big fight, and it's we know Savannah wants a rematch as well. So Jonas is waiting on her big fight. Dimitri, obviously, someone we work with on Clarissa with. So yeah, he wants the best fights for Clarissa. Her next fight will be over in the UK, probably in May. So yeah, her next fight will be over here.
I know from Matchroom's perspective, they made an offer for Terry Harper and Sheilds-Jonas to fight for the Undisputed, but Terry's now fighting Cecilia Braca, so she's got a big fight. So is it more important for yourself now to make sure that you deliver a huge fight for Natasha?
Yeah, I think that's the word. Huge. She wants huge fights, and she will be able to announce, I would say, in the next 7 to 10 days what that fight's going to be. Obviously, Clarissa will be fighting over here as well. So big movements in women's boxing for Savannah, for Clarissa, for Tasha. Expect to get them all announced and wrapped up in the next 7 to 10 days.
And just finally, I was just prodding along a lot of people's YouTube channels, looking at people's numbers, like you do with competitors. Yesterday we had the Joshua Franklin press conference as well, and it seems like that views, numbers, audience levels have dropped. You know, normally at anti-Joshua fights, and it's a sellout. He's fighting at the O2, not a stadium, an O2 with a capacity of 17,000, 18,000. Is it pressure on yourself, on Frank, on Eddie? Bring those great nights back. Bring those big nights. Bring the fans back at affordable prices and give them the best possible sport and content.
I think boxing's in a healthy place. I think Anthony Joshua's in a different part of his career to when he was world champion or when he was chasing world titles. So boxing's in a healthy place. You see more boxing than ever, more broadcasters than ever. They're in the sport because it does the numbers. So I think it's about creating the new future superstars. That's the focus. That's what everyone should be in the sport to do. We believe Adam Azim, Caroline Dubois, Ben Whittaker, Fraser Clark, Lauren Price, Caris. There's a lot of fighters coming through now, Vidal Riley, that we want to be filling arenas and headlining, and I think that's the focus. I think the sport's in a great place. Anthony Joshua is having a different type of fight and is in a different stage of his career to when he was filling out Wembley, but he's the one that's paved the way. He's the one that's shown us, for me, how amazing and how big this sport can get in this country over the past decade. And he's at a different stage, but I think boxing's in a great place, and Anthony Joshua has been part of that. He's just at a different stage in his career.
Okay, Ben, we'll speak to you tomorrow, I'm sure, after the show, and I'm sure I'm going to be asking you about how that meeting went with Callis Allen tonight.
Good man. Cheers, mate.
Ben Shalom, IFL TV, thank you very much.
See if someone grabbed up my wife for saying completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.